These riddles are designed to challenge your thinking and require you to use lateral thinking to solve them. They range in difficulty from simple to extremely difficult, and we've included some of the most challenging ones in this list for your enjoyment. It can be a satisfying feeling when you finally figure out one of these tough riddles. If you want to try riddles, here are 12 to test your brain. After each video, we will give you 10 seconds to try and solve it, but if you need more time, simply pause the video until you're ready to hear the answer. However, before we begin our riddles, we would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel and also press the bell icon. Let's get started. 1. A wealthy family lived in a big circular house. They had a maid, a butler, and a gardener. The parents went to a party, said goodbye, and kissed the kids goodnight. When they returned, the kids were gone and had been kidnapped. The authorities asked the butler, maid, and gardener what they were doing at the time of the kidnapping. The butler said he was organizing the library. The maid said she was dusting the corners, and the gardener said he was watering the plants. Who lied and actually kidnapped the kids? Your time starts now. Answer: the maid said she was dusting the corners, but the family lives in a circular house, so there are no corners. 2. A farmer went to a market and bought a wolf, a goat, and a cabbage. On his way home, he came to the bank of a river and rented a boat. However, he could only carry himself and one of his purchases on each trip across the river. If left alone, the wolf would eat the goat or the goat would eat the cabbage. The farmer's goal was to transport himself and his purchases to the other side of the river without harming any of them. How did he do it? Your time starts now. Answer: the farmer takes 7 trips. Here are his steps. Take the goat over, return. Take the wolf or cabbage over. Return with the goat. Take the cabbage or wolf over, return. Take goat over. 3. A woman was in her hotel room and heard a knock at the door. She opened the door to see a man she had never met before. He said, "I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I thought this was my room." He then walked down the corridor and into the elevator. The woman went back into her room and called security. Why was the woman suspicious of the man? Your time starts now. Answer: if he really thought it was his hotel room, he would have tried to open the door, not knock on it first. 4. A thief entered a store and threatened the clerk, forcing her to open the safe. The clerk said, "The code for the safe is different every day, and if you hurt me, you'll never get the code." But the thief was able to guess the code on his own. How did he do it? Your time starts now. Answer: the clerk already told him the code. She said it's different every day. 5. You walk into an old horror house that has no power or plumbing. Inside, you see 3 doors with numbers on them. Behind each door is a way for you to die. Behind door number 1, you die by being eaten by a lion. Behind door number 2, you die by being murdered. Behind door number 3, you die by an electric chair. You can't go back, so you have to choose a door. Which one do you go through? Your time starts now. Answer: door number 3. The house has no power, which means it doesn't have electricity. Therefore, the electric chair won't work. 6. A California farmer owns a beautiful pear tree. He supplies the fruit to a nearby grocery store. The store owner called the farmer to see how much fruit he could buy. The farmer knows the main trunk has 24 branches. Each branch has exactly 12 boughs, and each bough has exactly 6 twigs. Since each twig bears one piece of fruit, How many plums will the farmer be able to deliver? Your time starts now. Answer: none. A pear tree doesn't grow plums. 7. A man was found unconscious in front of a store at 2 in the morning. He had a bleeding head and a brick lying next to him. When the police arrived, they arrested him. Why did they arrest him? Your time starts now. Answer: the man was trying to rob the store. He threw a brick at the store's bulletproof window, and it bounced back and hit him. 8. Sally lives in a place where 6 months of the year have mild summer temperatures, while the other 6 months have significantly lower temperatures. She owns a lake with a small island on which she wants to build a house, but she doesn't have a boat or any other means of transportation to get materials to the island. How does Sally solve this problem? Your time starts now. Answer: she waits until the colder months when the lake will freeze over, allowing her to walk across it to the island with the materials. 9. A father told his 3 sons he would soon die and needed to decide which one of them would inherit his property. He said, "Go to the market and buy something that is large enough to fill my bedroom, but small enough to fit in your pocket. From this, I will decide which of you is the wisest and worthy enough to inherit my land." They all went to the market, and each returned with a different item. The father told his sons to come into his bedroom one at a time and try to fill it with their items. The first son came in and placed some cloth he bought on the floor, but it barely covered it. The second son came in and laid some hay on the floor, but there was only enough to cover half of it. The third son came in and showed his father what he bought, and as a result, he inherited the property. When did the third son show his father? Your time starts now. Answer: a box of matches, because by just lighting one match, it would fill the room with light. 10. This thing spends most of its day eating white things, but when it's quick enough, it gets to eat fruit and sometimes blue things. It's in a dark room with blue walls, and it runs from a ghost that haunts it all the time. What is it? Your time starts now. Answer: Pac-Man. 11. One night, a man ran away from home. He turned left and kept running. After some time, he turned left again and kept running. Later, he turned left one more time and ran back home, but when he arrived, he found a man in a mask. Who was the man in the mask? Your time starts now. Answer: a catcher. They were playing baseball. 12. Maria was at the funeral of her mother and met a nice young man she had never seen before. After the service, they spent some time together, but she didn't get his name or phone number before he left. She tried to find him, but no one knew who he was or how to contact him. A few weeks later, Maria's older sister died and the police suspected murder. Who killed the sister? Your time starts now. Answer: Maria. She hoped the man would show up at her sister's funeral, just as he had for her mother's funeral. How many riddles are you able to guess? Please let us know in the comments below. Also, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our new uploads. In the end, thanks for watching, and see you next time.